What's your excuse? How you doing, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development, and this is my 143rd weekly update. So this week is the first week we are sort of trying out the new program. My partner and I, Dave, my training partner, and I, Dave, we are trying out the new program, and the chief difference here is basically that we're sort of adding in some neglected movements. We haven't really been deadlifting much just because of how much volume we've been doing on squats. It's just too much to make any kind of good progress anywhere. It would have burned us out way faster if we had put deadlifts in with the program we were just doing. So now we're sort of just backing off on the squats a little bit so we can add some deadlifts in. That way we can at least train that movement. I mean, my deadlift went up 15 or 20 pounds, I think, without doing deadlifts for like 3 months because my squat went up. So, I mean, you know, the squat, I hate it, but it's the king, you know what I mean? Squat goes up, everything goes up. It's just that simple. So, with that in mind, we're putting in some more deadlifts, and we're even throwing bench back into the mix, which will carry over slightly to the pressing overhead, just because of the ability to totally overload the triceps in that sense. You know, it's all technical jargon nobody really gives a shit about. But the bottom line is we're getting back into some neglected movements, and that will help us both progress and hit some goals that we both have in mind. And I don't want to say it was like an easy week, because it really wasn't, but it's definitely lower. We took things a little bit slower because we were so torn up from the last 2 months of abuse, basically. We're just so damn torn up from it that we were like, okay, we need to sort of, you know, we took probably too long on rest periods, that sort of thing, but, you know, we got good numbers in, we got good work in, you know, form. My biggest problem right now is my deadlift, which it always kind of has been. Just working on keeping everything the way it needs to, because I can sort of get into position, in a sense, relatively correctly. And then the second the pull starts, just when everything starts to fall apart, which I kept it pretty good today up until we got heavy, and then everything just started going bad pretty quick. And I sort of attribute a lot of that to the exhaustion from doing squats just before then. You know, not making excuses, I just need to get stronger. That's all there is to it. Because I believe I can hold the form well, I just not strong enough to. So we're working on that, and it's just, you know, just that's the progression is not a straight line that way. It's, you know, it's like that, and then you kind of go forward, and then that, and that, and then that. Everybody's seen that line. You know, it's like stairs. Stairs with plateaus. That's why they call it a plateau, right? So that's where we're at. I released a new stone video on Wednesday for the first time in a while. I apologize again for taking so long on that. Part of the reason I'm dragging my feet is because I do have to film my stone series, my masterclass stone series, and that's going to take a lot of my time to just film it and to edit it, do any voiceover work if I have to do any, which I'm sure I'll have to. And there's a lot of work to go into that one, and I'm hoping it's one of my best series. I know it will be, in terms of production quality and everything. So bear with me as I drag my feet, milking as much as I can out of every video I have on my channel currently. Other than that, I guess the only thing I would say is make sure you mix up your program a little bit. You know, if you hit a plateau, that usually means something needs to change. Either you're too damn burned out or you're not pushing hard enough. It's usually one of those two options. Very few times is it you're doing great and this shit's just not working. You know, it's very few times does that actually happen. So if you don't change up your program every once in a while, then what's your excuse?